take a trip in time and take a look behind at days gone by and ask yourself why. Just how it could be. The land of the free, the home of the brave, became the home of the slaves. So my family wasn't around, but nevertheless I'ma still take some blame with all the rest of the light-skinned folk who know what's up. Yeah, living in a world unfair and corrupt. When I was young, growing up, not knowing what was up, I asked my mom, what's going on with all the blacks at the back of the bus? So we started to discuss the years of mistrust, historical changes from days gone by. I heard what she said, but didn't understand why. People were raised, suppressed and enslaved, and only released to find peace in the grave.
Peace in the grave. Peace in the grave. Peace in the grave. Peace.
The way that I whacked out, the system is set up. People on the bottom can't get up. Hierarchy, that's what the name of the game is. So listen with heart as I start to explain this.
A tower of power, shaped like a pyramid.
Yeah, like the ancient Egyptians did.
Built by the mass, the poor, the slave class.
The elite rest their feet and take a seat on their assets.
But let's get back to the pyramid, see?
Cause it looks just like
a vicious conspiracy. A lot on the bottom, the middle a little. There's a view for a few on the top that gets narrow.
Millions of slaves building graves for one pharaoh.
Torn from the homeland, now they can't own land. A brain on your arm, go to work as a farmhand. People picking cotton, singing in the fields.
Songs of freedom
that help to heal them. Raped, abused, beaten and chained. Forced to work in the cold and the rain. Make a mistake and they'll blow your brain. Speak your mind, the whip's covered with bloodstains. In prison, you can't run away or they'll chop off your foot like Kunta Kinte. Emancipation, proclamation, never free the African nation. Segregation kept us at a distance,
feeding off ancestral ignorance,
breeding violence, misunderstanding that came from past actions we didn't have a hand in. The time came to stand up and protest with nonviolent sit-ins, and justice begins.
Here comes justice. Here comes justice. Here comes justice. Here comes justice.
In Greensboro, North Carolina,
whites and blacks bum rushing the diner.
They stood up for protest.
They had to say oh yes and just say no to Jim Crow,
cause that shit had to go.
In '63, Martin Luther King said he had a dream. He spoke for the people, he went to the White House. He said, yo, it's time to clean house. Time to get it right, cause the black-white situation is a poison, destroying the nation. In '68, he was great, but he had to pass on, and his dream lives on.
His dream lives on. And his dream lives on. And his dream lives on. And on 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 and on. Ooh, only released to find. Only released to find. Only released to find. Only released to find.
Peace in the grave.